Oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. That was not ideal performance. I'm gonna start with uh just a fact. Ishmael Alfaf, really, really bad referee. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's nothing else to complain about. Um, because if I could talk hours about how poor of a referee is, so I'm not even going to go into that. The dude doesn't even leave the center circle, so I thought he was abysmal. But we go on. So we start the game pretty well, actually, creating opportunities, just kind of lacking that final third, and we had some really good chances early. With the best being the Abu Dalati shot that was blocked and end up hitting the post. I thought that was probably our best opportunity. We had a couple others where block shots or whatnot, but for the first 20 so minutes, I thought we were really good. I mean, Seattle was also playing all right, but I thought we were creating opportunities quite well. Um, exactly after the 20-minute-ish mark, we could not string together 3 passes if our life depended on it. And that lasted for about 30 minutes till the end of the half. And that was abysmal. That was awful. Seattle ends up scoring. They go into halftime 1-0 up, right? Just besides the first 20 minutes, we looked awful. No one was pressing. No one. It was so discombobulated. No one knew what we wanted to do. We had players pressing half-assedly. We had players not pressing. We had guys not even knowing who to mark. Not to be too critical, but I was calling out Abu Dalali. There were several times where he's looking around, who should I mark? And then there's a double, uh, a, two players on one with Dabasi, and he's got a 2-on-1, and he's got to decide to take the runner or the guy with the ball. And it was the worst half of a half I think we've played. Reynoso, for every great dribble or two he made just as equally a bad of his decision within the next pass. He was very. I I saw people saying he was good, was doing good with the dribbling, but his passing was bad. But like, which to be fair is true. I mean, his dribbling was good, but his decision making and passing after negates any of the dribbling because he makes one or two guys miss and then gives the ball away. What's the point? It was Ray just needs to stop doing too much. He needs to do just enough. He needs to just do what he does, what he's supposed to do, because he just tries taking on too many guys and doing the spectacular when sometimes after he makes an amazing dribble, makes two guys miss or whatever, he needs to make the simple pass, and he did a couple times tonight, but he really needs to clean it up. Amarilla is getting opportunities that he needs to finish. The one late on, he gets an opportunity where he can side-foot it with the outside of his foot into the net, or just a tap in. We're crying out for a goal scorer. We really are. But so the first half was abysmal. And so here's what I think. Adrian Heath got absolutely tactically masterclass in every which way in the first 45 after that. And you'd think, okay, Abu was not playing great, and he maybe should have just subbed Bongi Halangaway on instead of switching formations signing or subbing on Joseph Roles instead and switching the formation completely, it really, really was questioning of the tactical decisions from the coach. It was clear as day to just do a like for like substitution, bring Bongi Halangaway on, get Abu off the pitch. For what Abu does, he should not be starting a game like this. I understand Franco is injured, and I understand Halangaway had just came back from the international break playing a couple games with South America or South Africa, my bad. But there is no way that a jet lagged Bongi Halangaway, which we saw in the last 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever, who was really, really good, who was our creative spark, who did everything. He took guys on. He has the pace. He once he came on, we looked like we could score a goal. And what happened? We did score a goal. But the early substitution at 45 with Joseph Rosales, and I thought it was strange. It seemed like it really seems strange. So I thought that switch was weird. I thought that after that, when we did bring on Halongaway and Kamar Lawrence for DJ Taylor and Brett Coleman, I thought Kamar Lawrence looked really, really good. I wouldn't say really, really good, but for his debut, I really liked what I saw from him. He put some dangerous balls in. Defensively, he was in some good spots. And next week, I'd love to see Kamar start at left back, Dabasi go back at center back, and have obviously Boxall in there, and at right back, hopefully, I mean, if Montier is not available, I don't know, DJ Taylor or someone. I just don't. Even though Hassani Dotson did not start at right back, by the end of the game, he ended up making his way there with the substitutions, which he looked again. He did some good things there. I'd say today he played well at right back, but he looks like a midfielder playing right back. Every time he's out there, he just doesn't naturally look comfortable. He does well by any means, but it's just weird. I just thought the substitutions were weird with the Rosales one. The Kamar Lawrence and Halangaway one made sense, but it towards the end of the game, Lloyd was like playing right in front of in the midfielder with Trapp, and Rosales was shifting out to the left, and I know we were going for it, and Rosales ends up winning the penalty, which should have been a second yellow for the Seattle Sounders center back. I don't know the guy's name off the top of my head, but he picks up a yellow, and 10 minutes later concedes a foul for the penalty, which on its own, he upends Joseph Rosales in the box. It should have been a penalty. So it should easily have been a second penalty or second yellow for a red card, equaling a red card, and he should have been subbed off. And I mean, we gave it all the last 15 minutes, and we created some really good opportunities that last 15 minutes when we actually decided we want to attack. Let's actually do something. So seeing that and realizing we could have easily gave it a go if our coach set us up in the right positions for us to win, because Reynoso did not play good, and we need to get our talisman up and making the right decisions. Amarillo wasn't great. Lode was not great today. Really, no one was really great today besides the sparks of Halongaway, and I'll give Abu Daladi some credit. Early on, he was stretching the back line, but it was very one-dimensional, and once they kind of stopped that, they knew what they could and couldn't do to stop him. He had a couple opportunities early with a scuff pass here or there, Abu, but the whole Will Trapp picking up an early yellow, which it was a soft yellow. It was Ishmael Alfalfa again was absolutely abysmal as a referee. I don't know how many times I can say it, and it just makes me sick thinking that he has a professional job as a referee when the lazy man can't even walk around. Like, I can't believe it. But that's really all I got. I mean, we got absolutely technically outclassed. The own goal was unfortunate, and the João Paulo goal was, there's not much you can do to save that. The own goal is, I don't know, tough to blame. It's probably Coleman's fault by far, but St. Clair kind of gets put in no man's land there. But just getting to the player ratings. If you have any questions, go ahead, shoot them in the chat. But I'll get into the player ratings and wrap it up on here. So St. Clair had some really good saves tonight. Like I said, the João Paulo goal really is a banger. Yeah, the own goal is a tough one. I'll have to give him a 6 out of 10. DJ Taylor, 5 out of 10. Michael Boxall, 5 out of 10. Brent Coleman, a 4 out of 10 with the own goal. Debasi, a 6 out of 10. Will Trapp, a 5.5 out of 10. Hassani Dotson, a 6 out of 10. Lod, a 5 out of 10. Reynoso with the goal, a 5 out of 10. Even with the goal, I thought his decision making was poor, and he had a game like this earlier this season. I'm going to be critical on him because I've been not so critical over the years, but we need to see a better performance out of him. Abu Dalati, I'm going to give a 4 as well, not his best start to the return from Abu. And Amarilla, I'm going to be critical on him. He's had plenty of opportunities last couple games, and last game he could have had a hat trick, and he only has 1 goal, and he had a couple opportunities today where he's got to put in the back of the net. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. For the subs, Joseph Rosales. For my critical thinking on the substitution technically wise from the manager, Joseph, I thought was raw. He was raw, but he played well. I'm happy with what I saw from him. He earned the penalty. I didn't actually think he was going to make it to the ball. So to see that speed for him to make it and win that penalty was quite surprising. And it gave us a bit of a spark. I'll admit he gave us a slight of a spark, but a very raw player. And I'll give him a 6. It might be being generous. Bungie Halongaway is going to be my man of the match for sure. And this man needs to start the game. And I don't know if he can go a full 90, but he needs to start next game. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. And my man of the match, like I said, and again, the Kamar Lawrence, a 6 out of 10. I thought he played really good on his for his cameo on his debut coming in. I thought he showed a bright spot with crossing. It was really nice to just have a natural left back there. Debasi had covered well over the last couple weeks, but Kamar Lawrence definitely felt like a bit more balance to the team, being a natural left back and all the things that he just looked more comfortable. Not more comfortable than Debasi. I shouldn't quite say that because Debasi has been playing quite well, but it just as a back 4, the Kamar, Debasi, Boxall, for the little time we saw that, it seemed like a really good pairing or 3 in the back with. I don't know who you're going to play at right back. I'd prefer not to see Dotson back there, who was mainly part of that back line when Kamar came on. But we'll see what happens. But that's all I got. Tough loss, our first loss of the year. We're no longer undefeated, but that's all for me, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and come on, you loons.